Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Just riding down the road here today, headed to Vermont. Had some things on my mind, wanted to share with you guys and just talk about. There's a lot of people saying a lot of things, putting Celadon down and beating on them and slamming on them. And don't get me wrong, I had my problems when I worked with them as well. But now, just to be truthful with you guys, I've been sitting here thinking this morning, I was a company driver for Celadon, and I was a trainer, and so they paid me a little bit more to train. Granted, that was a little bit more money, but to be honest with you, I am a owner, operator / lease purchase driver now, and I've only been doing it a few weeks. And I know there's been circumstances with this job. Like the first week I got the truck, I had to go home. I had to go to the doctor. I had a doctor's appointment, which they knew about before I came to work for the company. But I was stuck, after the Celadon shut down. So they sent me to get the truck first and then send me home. So anyway, that check was real low. Well, this next check I thought was going to be better, but it turned out to be low as well. They're saying we missed a couple of days there too, so I see that too. But the thing about it is, what I'm sitting here thinking is, they don't hold out taxes here at this company. I'm getting $10.99, and I don't mind telling you guys, the first week I made like $1,000, and last week I made $800 and something. Well, anyone that knows anything about $10.99 and the way the taxes roll, I'm really doing about $600 or $700 a week, and I could actually show documentation of when I worked for Celadon. There was weeks I would make $1,600 to $1,800 a week. I think one week I made almost $2,000, but I got out of demand, so I didn't actually clear that much. But so I took a large cut in pay. So just people just realize when you listen to people talk about Celadon and put them down. And don't get me wrong, Celadon messed me up. They screwed me up bad because I had just hit my 30,000 mile mark when I left Celadon. When they left us, rather, when they let us all go. I just hit the 30,000 mile mark where they're supposed to pay you a week's paid vacation, which would have been, like I said, somewhere between $1,300 and $1,500. So they beat me at that money, and that really hurt me a lot too. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, sitting here thinking about this lease purchase thing today, on this load going to Vermont, what got me thinking about it the most. I'm lease purchasing a 2014 model truck. It's supposed to be a 1-year lease. The payments are $600 a week. And you have to pay a mandatory $250 a week maintenance, and that takes care of anything unless you run over something or have an accident. That takes care of that, which, I guess that's okay on that part of it. But here's my gripe, or here's my complaint, I guess you would say, and I just want to get other people's opinion. When they sell you a load like this load pays $2,700 to go from Crossville, Tennessee to Brattleboro, I think it's Brattleboro, Vermont. But see, it pays $2,700. But the thing is, they get their 20% off that top number. So 20% of $2,700, let's see, 10% of $2,700 would be $270. So they're going to get $540. They make their money. They get what you call clean money. But as a lease purchase driver, you got to take their $540 off the top, probably $1,000 in fuel. So that's $1,540. So now we're down to about $1,200. Okay. Now, out of that other money, I still have to pay my truck payment. I've got to pay my maintenance. I have to pay my tag. I have to pay all other expenses, the tolls, all that's coming. The tolls to go to Vermont is crazy. It's like over $100. So what I'm saying is, doing a lease purchase driver, they're basically talking you into making them a living, and you're getting way less than they are, and you're doing the work. I mean, the people that come up with these plans are geniuses, because they have basically talked you into making them a living. I mean, bottom line, because like I said, I haven't made $1,000 yet, and we're still going to give them a chance, because I understand circumstances and things like that. You know, the holidays and going to the doctor, some of it's my fault, some of it, you know, couldn't be helped, blah blah blah. But it's just amazing if you stop and think about it, how much money they make for how little they do. I mean, they're a genius. What's you guys' feedback? Let me know what you think about that. Y'all have a great day.